Hello peeps, haven't recorded in a while, sorry about that, but I have some really cool things to pull out of packages today. I have my second ever Slay Glam box. It always comes in this little purse-like packaging, which is so cool. And then this isn't a surprise, but it is an order from an indie brand that I have been super looking forward to getting. So I'm going to open this first. I went ahead and did base, but one of the sneak peeks was that I knew I was getting a blush palette, so I didn't do everything. So just explaining my face. So there are, I'm trying to pull them out all at once. It's probably a bad plan. So, here we go. AM iHeart's Beauty LLC. They're individual pans, and they were having kind of like a clear the racks kind of a sale to get ready for some new products that they were bringing out. So I got these for a steal. I'm so looking forward to creating some really cool looks with these. Some of them are kind of foil and shimmer, and some are like really intense mattes. This one's going to be really cool. It's like black but with little purple flecks in it. I don't know if you can see, it's got kind of like a duochrome kind of a look to it. Right here. I don't know if that's working or not, but yeah. So I've got some blue, some purple. Ooh, this is kind of a going with the neon. It's like purple and pink at the same time. We've got a red that has a copper shift. Got a brown, copper, got pink, got yellow, we've got green. They've got cool names too, but these are hand mixed and pressed by just a couple of people in, yeah, Virginia. So yeah, AMI Hearts Beauty, and I found them on Instagram. So that was cool. I will probably play around with some of these during this video. Now, the big unboxing. I know there were some spoilers on Instagram, and I have a poor memory, but I do remember that there was going to be some extra special stuff going on in here. The box is a little more intact this time. It comes in a mailer, so last time it was squished. And this is like the second one, second ever box. It's really packed full this time. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull out one thing so it doesn't rip. It's really packed in here. Okay, so what I have first pulled out says Chroma Mirabella. That's in French. Oh, okay. Amp it up. 7 vibrant shadows are easy to wear and completely customizable. And add a pop of color to your neutrals or create a beautifully bold look. Richly pigmented mineral formula shadows come in matte, shimmer, and sheen texture. Shades last all day. No primer needed. Talc-free, gluten-free, paraben-free, FD&C dye-free. Oh, and they've got the names on the back. That's cute. They have them on the back of the palette too. This is really heavy duty. Really kind of classic looking packaging. It says Mirabella. On the back it has the ingredients and the weight and the names. The names are Goddess. Here, I'll open it. Ooh. Got a little liner. So we've got Goddess, Amusing, Majesty, Hue, Washed, Prismatic, and Eminence. And it looks like this one's very shimmery. This one's satin, shimmery, shimmery. I think that's the only matte. And then like a satin and a satin. And there's a mirror in the top, which is a really good size. Might be playing around with this. Maybe we'll combine something. I really, really like teals. So that's really nice. And I like the pastel, the lighter pinks. This spring, it's a very kind of spring / summer color story, so I really like that. I've never heard of Mirabella Chroma, so we'll see if that's any good. Hopefully the rest will come out now. Oh, okay. Alright, that's everything in our purse thing. Alright, so Being True retractable powder brush. Well, that's cool. Expertly created for purse to travel, applies a stressless application to mineral powder for sheer to medium coverage or ideal touch of blush or bronzer. Ooh, look at this. It's a kind of bluey green, metallic. Ooh, look at that. Oh, okay, there we go. That protects it so you can put it back in. And then you retract it, and it's all poofy. That's very soft. I really like that. So there, yeah, little travel brush. Ooh, and to go with it, we have Luna by Luna. And this is a translucent powder. This has talc, mica, silica, phenolic, oxyethanol, and titanium dioxide. So this will probably have flashback, but sometimes that matters, sometimes it doesn't. It's typical little case. Oh, it's got a little puff. Looks like there's one of those stickers on the inside that you gotta fight tooth and nail to pull up. I love when there's a little tab, but it got folded over and you can't get it. There we go. There we go. Okay. You gotta be careful here. Not surprised. So, it's very, very white. Gonna go ahead and get a little on the powder poof. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna put a little on my nose. That is very bright. I mean, it says translucent, but that is... Maybe I just have a lot on the poof. What do we think? I'm gonna brush it off a little bit. It did disappear, so that's good. So, it's a pretty average powder. Not bad. It is 5 grams, 0.17 ounces. And we have, ooh, yeah. Saw a preview for the color choices for this on Instagram. This is Arashabi Cosmetics Lip in Lychee. And I think I have a matte lip, so I will definitely be trying this on in a minute. I have powder all over me now. And we have a, oh, right. This is a white smear-proof eyeliner by Sormé Treatment Cosmetics. Never heard of the brand, but they had asked for some feedback about eyeliners and preferences and stuff, and I was like, just please, not another black eyeliner, because they're in every subscription ever. So this will be fun. I like white eyeliners. They're good for the waterline, but they're also good for like using it as liner and then putting a bright color pigment over top of it. It really makes it pop. Now here's the big thing that was making everything stick in the box. The Blush Me Cheeky palette. And this is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. It's got 8 blushes in it. Attention Seeker, Flirty Fresh, Rosy Eyes Meet, Hint of Tease, Frenzy Flush, Unexpected Compliment, Blossom Heartbeat, and Risque Mood. And it's got a little guide here for applying for your face shape. So that's kind of cool. And a lot of different shades for different looks or skin tones, etc. There we go. Let's get it out of the box. Okay, so it is a little bit smaller than the box itself, which is more what I was thinking. This is really cool packaging. It's got shiny black with silver, like, polka dots. That's really cute. And the pan sizes are really sizable. So we've got a combination of mattes and then those with some shimmer. So we've got 1, 2, 3 that have quite a bit of shimmer, and then yeah, these 2 also, and then these 3 are definitely very matte. Not sure, the color is a lot more vibrant than what is picking up on my front camera, sorry, but gonna be trying one of these. So before I get into that, we have the little card for slayglambox. Thank you for subscribing, and then the hashtags and information. The prices: the Beauty Blush Me Cheeky palette was $12.99. The Mirabella Chroma eyeshadow palette says it's $50. I don't know if I would pay $50 for this. I've never heard of the brand, so maybe that's average, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shades. I'm not sure about that. And then the white liner is $13.99. The liquid lipstick from Rasha B Cosmetics is $14. The Luna by Luna translucent powder is from $18 to $22. That's probably because there's a size variance or something. And then the blush brush, which is a variation, is between $19 and $30. So I guess there are different sizes. And then there's a Refer a Friend promo. Or be one of the first 24 subscribers promo. So you only get this if you did the Refer a Friend, or if you were one of the first 24. And I was one of the first 24. February's box was the first ever, it was the launch of slayglambox, and so I was one of the first 24 subscribers, so I got the bonus thing last time, which I think was a tiny little gold pigment, which if I try and reach for it, I'm going to knock my camera over. And this time it's this travel brush. So I can start looking less like a ghost, I'm going to try the brush with the palette. And I'm going to go a little more pink, but not super bright. I do want to try all of the different ones for different looks at some point, but just for today, I've got a mirror in front of me, but it's too far away. Nicely pigmented, very soft. It's blending in quite a bit. I think also this brush kind of spreads out a little bit more than I usually use for my blush. I use a smaller one. I don't know, I just feel like I have more control with it like that. So this is not bad. I probably, me personally, wouldn't use it for blush, maybe for bronzer or powder. I already bronzed, but it's very soft, very comfortable. There's a little bit of rattling when you push this down. Doesn't bother me, but and this like goes on. It doesn't click, but it's pretty snug. And I really like that it has this, because if it didn't, you'd be trying to put it back in and destroy your brush, which is never a good thing. So I had out, yeah, here's the brush I usually use for blush, and it's a little more targeted. And I have recently been liking to put a little bit on my nose. I just feel like it's a little more cute and springy. We're starting to get some warmer weather around where I live. It's still pretty cold, but I felt springy today, so I put on a floral print, bright colored dress, put my hair up, went outside to get the mail, and froze my butt off. What you gonna do? So far, I like this. I've not had a blush palette before, so that'll be fun to experiment with. In the previous slayglambox, we got a highlighter palette, which I'm going to go into, sorry for my arm, for my highlighter today. And this has been something I've been reaching for, Scandalous Glow. And these are so soft and so just like packed. It's not super emphasizing of texture like some highlighters are. So that's one thing I really like about them. And even though this one in the corner is too dark for me personally, I have used it on my eyelids and it has worked really well for that. So even if the shades don't all match what you would typically use, you will definitely get some use out of them. But yeah, this has been my go-to highlighter, unless I am wanting something specific, like a more duochrome or something, but for pretty much everything else, I will reach for that. So maybe that with the blush will become a new, all I gotta do is grab, maybe next month I'll get a bronzer palette or something and I'll be set for my face. Alright, and then we have, not gonna be really using the powder, already demoed that, going into some interesting stuff with this eyeshadow palette. Let's see, I'm gathering my tools. Need to get my existing ones out of the way. Tell you what, that's going to be a little more time consuming. Let's go ahead and try out this liquid lip in the shade Lychee. It's got a regular doe foot applicator. Alright. At first application, it looks a little more, I don't know, peachy corally than it does in the tube. I'm not complaining. It's very smooth, very creamy. I kind of like that the applicator isn't super fluffy. It gives me a little more control for the edges. And it's already drying down to matte. It's not a color I would reach for in the cooler months. But like I said, as we're going into spring and summer, I can see it working better for that. I did go in again. I have slightly irregular shaped lips, so that was more just personal preference than the lipstick needing another coat. Very pigmented. And I'm not the person to ask if anything is strongly scented. My sense of smell doesn't work. That's another story for another day. This is pretty typically shaped amount-wise. It's not like super heavy-duty packaging, but it doesn't feel super cheap either, so that's nice. I'll let you know how it feels as it dries, if there's cracking, if it feels like it's sucking the moisture out of my face, but so far so good. I am going to, since this is so more pinky peachy, I'm gonna go with it. So I am going to put aside my greens and my purples from my order, and the darker colors and the gold. Not really gonna use those. Let's see, what might go with this? Let's just work with what we have here to start. It says no primer needed, so I guess I will start without using an eyelid primer. Going to grab this is a SL Miss Glam SB68. It's not super densely packed, but I kind of prefer that for starting. The only really kind of matte shade in here is the really light pink, so I'm going to lay that down. There's a little bit of kick up in the pan. Not like a lot, just average. I do like this mirror in here. I mean, it's sticking pretty well with no primer. And for a really light shade, it's showing up pretty well. I don't have the greatest lighting, so I'm not sure if it's reading on screen or not. And it's a nice light pink, so that'll be good for all the pastel trends that are going to be arriving. So the darker shades are all kind of satiny. So let's just roll with it. I'm going to take the one at the very end. It's either Goddess or Eminence. I don't know if they have the names on the back in order facing or reverse. I don't know. Alright, using the same brush, I'm just going to kind of wiggle it around on the flat of it. And I'm going to start building the crease in the corner. I have hooded eyes, so I go kind of outside of that. I really like the shade. And it's not too terribly shimmery for the current use. I mean, I guess if you want it to be shimmery, then it could be. It's more satiny than outright sparkly. I'm going to pull it out a little bit. That's cute, kind of Eastery. I don't know if the microphone is picking this up at all, but in the other room, They were allegedly playing Chinese checkers, but I think it has devolved into some other kind of game. Oop, fuzzy. So occasionally they are being a little loud. But that's okay. It's good noise. This is requiring a little bit of work. I don't know if that's because it said, you don't need to use primer, or if it's just me. It could be the product too. It seems pretty good. I kind of like just this almost, with it being so kind of soft. I have been kind of looking into more of different styles around the world, what's kind of different, and I saw a different YouTuber, Safiya Nygaard, doing, oh, I forget what it's called, but in Japan, there's a certain street, and I completely forget what it's called, but the style is more really smooth skin with no like contouring, but like really pink kind of high up blush and really soft pink eyes, and it's very more big eyes and cute and soft pastel, which I think will be something that's coming around in the spring. I think I'm going to take a little bit of this turquoise, which it's directly in the center. It's called Hue. It's like naming a color. Anyway, I really like this color, this Hue. I'm going to put that on my lower lash line. And I have no idea what this brush is. I got a set from TJ Maxx, and you know, you take it out of the box and what have you. And these brushes are not marked on the handles or anything, so I have no idea. But they work pretty well. And they were really cheap. So, oh well. I kind of like the whole having a pop of a different color underneath. They're really well packed in the pan. Got some on my eyeball. Does anybody else do that? You can like touch your own eyeball to get dust off of it? Or, you know, eyeliner that's running into your eyeball. That's pretty. So there's that. And the lips, completely matte. Dried down, completely matte. It's not cracking. And it doesn't feel super drying. It feels dry, but like matte dry, not, you know. I'm going to peel my lips off dry. Alright, so now I could do a little bit more with that. I don't know if I want to right now. Maybe I should put some of the pink shimmer on the inner corners. Yeah, I think I will do that. I'm basically talking to myself, which, I mean, I am. I know that. So, I'm gonna do this shimmery one with a soft brush. And this is Elizabeth Mott Tapered Blending Brush. I think I got this in a subscription, either box or bag. It was either Ipsy or Birchbox, but I have not seen this brand elsewhere. I guess I could look it up, but... Alright, so that's really shimmery. I like it. It still looks pink. It's not like duochrome or have a different cast to it. Trying to get them even. Okay. Got a little more something going on now. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab my highlighting palette again, get the brow bone. I should probably use a smaller brush for this, but this is my designated highlighter brush. I don't have that many to choose from. This is a SL Miss Glam one as well that also came in a Ipsy, I think. So there's that. Now I really want to try one of my new pigments. Since I've got, this is called Sleep. Oh my gosh. That is so, you can't even tell. Duochrome. It's beautiful. I think it's a bit strong for this look though. I just want to tap a little something on the center. This is a beautiful darker purple. I'm gonna have to be doing some purple looks here. I keep grabbing them even though I know, ugh, and this one's a darker cast. Ugh, and they're not gonna show up. Alright, so I need to actually reach for one that would probably work. Oh my goodness, this one's all broken. Or maybe it's supposed to. No, I don't think it's supposed to look like that. Anyway, I'm gonna get a little bit of this pink one on a brush. I want to close that. And this is called Opal. And I'm gonna put some of that right here. Yes. There we go. That was the little pop I was looking for. I'm gonna get a little bit more. And this is like all broken up in the pan, so it looks like that probably happened in shipping. Which it was really well wrapped in bubble wrap and everything, so maybe it just wasn't pressed firmly enough. It's working really well with the other shadows, which is good for the other shadows as well. If they don't play well with others, then it's very limiting. Oh, I forgot to mention, slayglambox is a monthly $24 subscription. So, with the prices that I mentioned earlier, you can determine if it's worth it for you or not. I do not think that this little eyeshadow palette should be $50. I don't. I mean, it's great. They're pretty. But it's like as big as my hand. That's maybe 30. Maybe. But I'm kind of a cheapskate too. So, alright. We're gonna try our smear-proof liner. I'm trying to warm up the tip a little bit because it was outside in my mailbox, getting cold. I used to really only like pencils, and then I got some felt tip liners and liquid liners. I'm like, oh, these are really good too, and I kind of went away from pencils, so there might be a learning curve here. But I'm not having to fight with it, so that's great. And I'm not having to push too hard to get color payoff, so that is also excellent, especially for white. So it's a tiny bit waxy, I guess. Let's do the inner liner. Let's see. That's very pigmented for the waterline, so that's great. I really like it for the inner waterline. Well, I feel like you'll be able to get a lot of use out of it before you have to sharpen it, because I feel like you kind of sometimes lose product in sharpening. But, oh, well. Again, I don't know if it's me and pencil liners. It is kind of breaking off a little bit. But it's not like mixing with the existing eyeshadow and like turning into mud or anything, so that's good. I think this will be really pretty for spring and summer looks as we're coming into that season, for really making bright colors pop. Neons are coming in, pastels are coming in, and as an accent to black liner, it's really coming in. So that was okay. Not my favorite, but I don't hate it. I'll play around with it some more. I'm going to grab my current favorite felt tip black liner, Duchy, not really sure, Fierce and Fine graphic pen. Gonna kind of make it pop, I hope. I really want to get some colorful liners to go with the white, because I feel like that'll be more dramatic. Alright, and I had already put on some mascara, so I didn't look like I didn't have eyes before I started filming, but I did get some residue in there, so I'm gonna touch that up. I really like the pop of color underneath. I can tell I'm gonna get a lot of use out of that. The cheek palette. Maybe even this lip color. I don't really travel, so the travel brush will probably just be a stay-at-home brush. And I got mascara on it. Okay. Of course, I had to make the weird mascara faces. It's like required or something. Alright, I'm gonna have to fix that. Nothing unusual there. Let's go back into our darker pink. Fix the empty spot. I like it with the black liner on top of the white liner. It's kind of more pizzazz or something. I don't know. It's not a word. I'm gonna gloss up this mat a little bit. I'm not one for super matte lips right now. It's just too dry, I guess. It shows all my lip crinkles. And I don't have like super dry lips. And it makes it look like I do. But I don't. I like that better. So it works well with a gloss over it, so that's a plus. So I kind of overlined a little bit on one side. I'm still not super great with lips. I'm a lot better with eyes and skin. I really like my skin today. So here's my finished look using the stuff from my slayglambox and a couple of things. Actually, I just used one thing from AMI Heart Cosmetics. So not sure if changing the light source helps. You can really see the highlight. I don't know if you can really see the blend or not. That is a good, a lot better light for the lip color. Duck lips isn't a thing still, I hope. Anyhow, pretty happy with this haul. Let me know what you think, and I will catch you guys the next time. Thanks for letting me yak at you. Bye.